gasoline fire constantly, and every single solitary time.
And to end this, button up this segment, I'm going to give you a minute to answer.
I have some thoughts.
You have
this is the knockout punch.
I have to answer his statement.
No, you have repeatedly,
but hear me out.
No, you've been talking back
and forth.
You made a statement. I'm asking you.
I would love to end it.
Sir,
I would love to end it.
If you want to switch seats,
we could very quickly.
We could do that, but
I'd send in the National Guard, it would be over. There'd be no problem.
Okay.
But they don't want to accept the National Guard.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as
Let's look at his face.
In Kenosha, and as we've seen in Portland?
Let's look at his face.
I'm willing to do that, but
do it? Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are
Deflection.
What are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
You want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
supremacists and
Who would
right
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something.
What does that mean? By the way, this is me covering the looting in Philadelphia. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and get this out of the way now. I am all for Black Lives Matter, but not the movement. I don't fuck with I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden supporter. What's that make me, like a liberal or something, like in the middle? But that shit right there, that's the knockout punch. Now, coming into this debate, when I was watching, or, the build up, and was like, yeah, that debate, that shit gonna be must-see TV. I thought that it was gonna be elder abuse. I was like, man, Joe Biden gonna be stumbling all over his words. Donald Trump, look at it from, if you're a pro wrestling fan, right? Let me dumb it down for you. No disrespect. Let me dumb it down for you. Trump is good on the mic. He can do shoot promos. He was roasting Hillary. He's good on the microphone. He's not a politician. He's a celebrity politician. He's a politician because he's the president. But last night, that shit just was ugly. Now, I'm not all for... I didn't like how people were like, oh, it just was completely unprofessional and all that. Like, this is a new day and age. Like, all that shit... Y'all got to throw that shit out the window. I understand how some people are looking at it and everything like that. No, okay, put it this way. I want to know what the fuck that statement meant. I don't want to get too far off track right here. Because I'm not here to really talk about politics, I guess. I'm trying to dance around on things a little bit, if you get what I'm saying. But that shit right there, that's some type of code. What the fuck did that mean?
Kenosha, and as we've seen in Portland.
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared to specifically
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
You want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
Who would you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. So imagine, right? A bunch of white supremacists. Let me go ahead and say this. Listen, I am a firm believer of free speech. I'm a firm believer of people should be able to follow and be whatever they want to be. If you want to be gay, go ahead, go be gay. Just, I'm not gay. If you want to be a white supremacist, go ahead, be a white supremacist. But just don't be trying to, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, be a little white supremacist. But if you fucking with black people, then it's like, yo, we got to fuck you up. You see what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is this. It's like, don't fuck with me, I won't fuck with you. Let's just not dance around it. So that right there, the way he was stumbling on that, it's like, yo, you need those votes, bro. And and they're sitting home watching and shit with their Confederate flags and their guns and everything like that. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He riding for us. You see what I'm saying? It's a bad look. Now, whether he's a full, complete bigot or not, I don't think so. I just think that Trump got some shit with him. I don't think he's a full-blown bigot. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I just wish we had to. You know what I was thinking? I just was like, I just want a calm, cool president. And one of my biggest gripes with Joe Biden is not him. I mean, that creepy Joe shit. You can't really get past that. Like, that shit is just out there, you know? And I look at, he turns 78 next month in November, about a couple of weeks after the election. So which means, you know, if he was to do 8 years, motherfucker, he's going to be in his 80s, mid-80s. Like, bro, go look at Joe Biden interviews from just 10 years ago and look at some now. Like last night, let me tell you, I was watching, like, and I'm thinking, like, yo, I was motherfucking impressed. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. I was impressed. I'm like, yo, like, Joe winning, and I was judging it like a boxing match. But this right here was the KO. You know, Trump was already losing. Like, this is the type of shit where it's like, yo, no rematch, like, needed. You know, yeah, it was so many different other things. Like, for example, I guess I got to go show you the COVID clip, right? This was must-see TV, and this is just one little segment, but this is the one that stuck. One more time, because it's just like, they're listening, and they like, and they probably, like, when Chris Wallace was asking the questions, by the way, good, he was, listen, from a boxing standpoint, let's look at this as a combat sporting event. So let's look at this as a post-fight or post-debate recap. Yo, Trump should have been DQ'd. Like, he should have been DQ'd. Like, that ref, Chris Wallace, like, he was on some shit. Like, he was, like, real cool. Like, he was like, I'm gonna let this shit go, you know? But what I liked about Joe, he was poised. Like, every now and then he put his head down, think a little bit. You know, and they are talking about he was wired up. You know, growing up as a kid, I'm not saying like I don't like him now, but growing up as a kid, you know who one of my motherfucking favorite actors was? James Woods. I love me some James Woods movies. So basically, he put on his Twitter that he thinks Joe Biden was wired up. Joe Biden wired up? What's that? See, look, you think he was wired up? Either way, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I think Joe did good. I was wondering to myself, like, man, I wonder what type of meds they gonna give him to make sure he cool, like, you know? Oh, shit. What the fuck is this? What is that? What the fuck was that? Damn, he got nano machines? Damn, he got the good stuff. Jumper cables. All right, let me get back to it. You know, but overall, see, here's the thing. I guess I can't really dance around politics. Got to vote for somebody, right? I just want peace. I've already said to my viewers and, you know, to my family that November, like, we staying in the crib because whatever's going to happen, whoever wins, cities are going to burn. They already, look, shit's already fucked up. And one thing I don't like is I do feel that COVID has been politicized in regards to, I'm trying to figure out how to look. I'm not blaming. Put it this way: Trump could have did a better job, in my opinion. But I don't like this whole right left shit. And it's like, yo, you can't really blame that man for the economy being bad because fucking COVID came and shit's still locked. Basically, a part of me, from what I've been researching, feels like, you know, and I got to be honest with you, that Democrat, Republic, left, right shit, I'm out of the loop. I'm not out of the loop, but I don't understand it. It's like, why can't you just, like, look at both sides, like, bad and good from both? It's like both sides try to sweep under the rug the flaws of the other person. None of these motherfuckers. Trump crazy as shit. And Biden got some creepy shit with him. And then don't get me started on Kamala. Like, she one of them, in my personal opinion. I don't know the woman. I've seen lots of interviews. I've been doing a lot of research on that woman. And she comes across as that black woman or that woman that like real uppity type, you know, like she really she don't come across as genuine. I see her with her little fucking Converses on and shit, her Chucks. And it's like, yo, the pandering. And I think we're in a social media age, and in this generation, do they not see, like, on Twitter, like, people not falling for the bullshit no more? That's one of the main reasons why Trump got in, is because the young people were like, yo. And then that Pizzagate shit. That whole Podesta email shit was weird. You know, like really, really weird. But let's not get down to that. It's just mainstream media is not your friend. Mainstream media is not your friend. Think about it like this, right? Look at all this loot and everything, like, and not looting, but all these protests. You see more and more white people than black people out there protesting. That's a fact. Look at all the crime that's going on in Philly. I'm tweeting it all day, every day for the most part. You know, of like black on black crime, like kids killing each other over nothing. 16, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds killing each other. Headshots, executions in all our cities. Young people over street beefs, little bit of money, no value for life. And then you got these family court systems, which I'm involved in, who are helping. So when you see like this Black Lives Matter movement and these lesbian women, you know, it's hard to talk about because, see, they try to alienate you and they twist narratives around. Because it's like, you know, even with the politicians, it's like, oh, so you don't support this, so you must support that. It's like, no, boy, all y'all motherfuckers is fucked up. All of y'all. You know, like, I really, really look at the Black Lives Matter movement and think like there's two different movements. There's this political movement with those lesbian women who likely never been through like street shit. And they're supposed to be the ones who are leading us. What's going on in our hoods? Nothing. Where's the money going? You know, where's these Black Lives Matter representatives going down to North Philadelphia, going up to Kensington, or going into the Bronx or Brooklyn, or going into, you know, Houston or wherever, any Republican or Democrat anywhere, and talking to the youth or doing anything? And then you got to think a lot of these youths work in service industries and shit. And shit's closed. A lot of the jobs they will be working is closed. Poor kid, Philly, graduated from Gratz, what, about a year, they said so on the news today. A year or so, they said. And, you know, he got his Burger King clothes on. You know, shoes halfway off. You know how, like, you know, like, you be having your shoes. I worked in the restaurant industry, so shoes halfway off. He had to ditch his shoes to run. And whoever was chasing him, he getting off work from Burger King. Shoot him 2 times in the head. This shit is regular, everyday shit. Everyday shit. And I'm wondering, you got all these protests and shit, but what are you really accomplishing? Nothing. Nothing. I've been arrested for false charges twice. 18 years old and when I was 32. Twice. I've had fucking body slammed by police, arm twisted all the way back, cuffs in the back where your circulation is cut off. But am I like defund the police? No, give them better training. But defund them? Hell no. You know what I also noticed? You know what I like? I don't get profiled no more because they scared. I'm in, you know, a nice-ish neighborhood. So the places I frequent, you know, I'm in an upper-class neighborhood. So you know how like a cop, like, a get behind you and shit? Like, black people, we know, like, they get behind you and get up all close, like they running your plate. But it's like, yo, don't you got technology where you don't have to do that no more? Like, why you so close? Like, they do that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, one time, I got lost. And I stopped in a 7-Eleven. But I didn't go in. A cop was sitting in the parking lot. So I looked over at him like, oh, shit, he gonna fuck with me. And I made a U-turn. Don't you that motherfucker follow me? Like, for what? You know, so, of course, I'm all over the place with this video. I guess what I'm saying is politics is fucked up. All this shit is fucked up. Like, even when it comes to this COVID stuff, do I think that is real? Yes. Do I think that we need to be closing shit down? And it depends, though. It depends because motherfuckers don't follow simple rules. I'm still on the fence with the COVID. I'm still on the fence. But when it comes to this debate, we learned a lot about both. And I think that just with this alone, that you can really, really confirm that Trump will never denounce the supremacist, whether he's a white supremacist himself or not. That's politics, man. You think Joe Biden don't got some fucking dirt? They got dirt everywhere. I don't like none of these motherfuckers. None of them. But one thing is for sure is I don't like politicians who try to talk like Joe Biden is too he's too much of a politician. It's like, you telling us all this shit, but you really gonna motherfucking do it. And I really do strongly feel that this Black Lives Matter shit, like, listen to me. Open your fucking brains up. It's two different Black Lives Matters movements. It's the political one. You know, let's go take a little game. Well, they fixed their website. They scrubbed it. I did a video on their website like not even 6 months ago. They're pandering and they're manipulating our people. And I do strongly feel that both parties, in some way, shape, or form, more so Democrats, want to keep the economy closed until after elections, so therefore they can come up with their own plan and say, hey, we opened it back up. Look, all these jobs are coming in. For example, a number that Donald Trump was toting earlier was that, you know, they've made 10 million new jobs in like the last, but it's like, isn't that jobs coming back from, like, little shit like that? You see what I'm saying? Little shit like that. And then you got Joe Biden, who, like, he's dancing around whether he wants to defund the police or not, because see, if he says no, like, no, we don't want to defund the police, straight out no, then he's going to lose those supporters, like, that are all fucking petitioning and protesting and donating to Black Lives Matter, which goes to this campaign. That shit's already been put out there. I'm ranting. But anyway, let's do a little quick pause and get back to this last little part of the video.
Possibility that we'll have the answer before November 1st. It could also be after
when it's
that.
Generally available.
Well, we're going to deliver it right away. We have the military all set up. Logistically, they're all set up. We have our military that delivers soldiers, and they can do 200,000 a day. They're going to be
This
delivering.
is the same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you
up.
by Easter this would be gone away. By the warm weather, it'd be gone. Miraculous, like a miracle. And by the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same
That was
man.
said sarcastically,
That was
you
him.
know that.
I
That was
Wasn't.
said sarcastically.
And so here's the deal. This man is talking about a vaccine. Every serious company is talking about maybe having a vaccine done by the end of the year. But the distribution of that vaccine will not occur until sometime beginning or the middle of
inject
next year
bleach.
to get it out, if we get the vaccine. And pray God we will. Pray God we will.
Mr. Vice President, I want to pick up, though.
You'll have
on
the
that.
vaccine
I
sooner
want to
than
pick
that.
up on this question, though. You say the public can trust the scientists, but they can't trust President Trump. In fact, you said that again tonight. Your running mate, Senator Harris, goes further, saying the public health experts, quote, will be muzzled, will be suppressed. Given the fact that polls already show that people are concerned about the vaccine and are reluctant to take it, are you and your running mate, Senator Harris, contributing to that fear?
No more than the question you just asked him. You pointed out. He puts pressure and disagrees with his own scientists.
But you're saying
Everybody
you can't, or
knows.
Senator
And
Harris is saying
no,
you can't trust the scientists.
No, you can trust the scientists. She didn't say that.
I don't
You
trust
can't
none of
She
that.
said the public health
Did say
experts,
that.
quote, will be muzzled, will be suppressed.
Well, that's what he's going to try to do. But there's millions of scientists. There's thousands of scientists out.
All this shit is politicized to me, you know, because both parties have something to gain from keeping the economy closed and open. Hell, even AOC at one point in time, I seen a tweet before she deleted it. You know, it was pretty much like his listen. Let's, you know, paraphrasing, and it's not fake news. You can look that shit up. You know that, you know, let's keep it closed. You know, we got to go through this now. You know, to get Trump out. It's all like politics, man.
Out there, like here at this great hospital, they have a plan. He won't even meet with them. The Republicans won't meet with him in the Senate. And he sits in his golf course. And I mean, literally, think about it.
You probably play
think
more than
about
I
it.
do, Joe.
What about this question of reopenings and the fact?
Well, he wants to shut down this country, and I want to keep it open. And we did a great
he
thing
just
by
admitted
shutting
he'd
it
shut
down.
it down.
Wait a minute,
Let
Joe.
him
Let me
finish
shut
that.
you down for a second, Joe, just for 1 second. He wants to shut down the country. We just went through it. We had to because we didn't know anything about the disease. Now we found that elderly people with heart problems and diabetes and different problems are very, very vulnerable. We learned a lot.
My
Young
father.
children aren't. Even younger people aren't. We've learned a lot. But he wants to shut it down. More people will be hurt by continuing. If you look at Pennsylvania, if you look at certain states that have been shut down, they have Democrat governors all. One of the reasons they're shut down is because they want to keep it shut down until after the election on November 3rd.
I want to move on to another
because
subject.
it's a
I want to move
political
on to another subject.
But those states are not doing well that are shut down right now.
Got to respond to that.
President Trump, you have begun to.
I may have to do it. I'm gonna have to do a second part on this because there's still so much to talk about. Like, I'm really concerned. Like, what did that Proud Bowl, like, that was some type of code, right? But yeah, next week I'm definitely looking forward to Pence versus Kamala. But in this case, you know, Joe Biden won. That, you know, give it to the man, crown him. He won last night, even though he got his fucking nano machines and shit. You know, like, what is that? Is this some like, what is that? That is a mic. Lapel button. But why it moves so fast though? I wonder what type of prep Joe went through the whole week to prepare for this. He's been preparing. It paid off. It paid off. Also, they said Trump has some shit in his head too. I was just talking to my girl last night, like, yo, like the front of his head, like that shit is all soft and looking like cotton candy and shit. Ooh, Wendy Williams is on my TV. Let me change the channel. Ew. I hate that. I hate that. That ain't cool. But anyway, all right. I got to do another part because it's so much like to digest. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, if you have the resources, start packing up now. Like, you know, just get enough for a month. Make sure you get all your toilet paper and all that shit because, unfortunately, if Trump wins again, think about it. Think about it. It's going to be looting and rioting. People are going to be pissed. If Biden wins, then no telling what the fuck's going to happen with Trump. The white supremacists are going to come. What? Get all y'all shit now and get into the house. You know, I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightFu360.com. I haven't even told you guys about my Fathers Against Abuse. Oh, we'll do that in the next video. And Joe Biden.